First off, I'd like to say I was invited to a wedding in Italy today by Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. But Chaz was willing to pay me a little more than Tom Cruise has, so I figured I'd show up here. My name is Don. I'm a lifelong friend of Chaz's. Chaz asked me to make a toast today, and I got to say that I am honored to do so. I would also like to say that I think he's a very brave man for inviting me here, open bar, microphone, and a captive audience. Becky, I've known Chaz all my life. I've known him as long as I can remember my childhood. I think this might be an appropriate time to tell you some things you might not know about Chaz also. In second grade, Chaz was a bully. Kickball was a daily activity we'd play after lunchtime every day. Chaz would line up all the 7-year-olds up along a fence, including myself, and he'd walk up and down the line and say who could play and who couldn't play. Some of my fondest childhood memories come sitting on that curb watching those kids play kickball. Chaz has always had a great passion for music. When we were teenagers, Chaz would have his friends over all the time to listen to his extensive album collection. Chaz knows more about music trivia than anybody I know. This gift does not come without a price, however. This knowledge has falsely led Chaz to believe that he can also sing. Trust me when I tell you, he is a worse singer than he is a dancer, and you all just witnessed that. My friends and I have witnessed Chaz totally mangle such great American classics as Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head and Bubble Toes, one of his favorites. The last thing I'd like to tell you about Chaz is lately he's become a little pushy. Chaz has called me and emailed me numerous times over the last month about getting my tuxedo fitted. So a couple weeks ago, I figured I'd get him off my back, went in to get it fitted, and as I'm there getting measured, I asked the lady if she could go over to the computer and find out who else needs to get fitted at this point. She goes over to the computer, types in a couple things, turns around to me and she goes, Chaz Levine still needs to be fitted. That's not the funny part. The funny part is I called Chaz to find out why he hasn't been fitted yet, and his reply to me is, she's not supposed to give out that type of information. Becky, I was there when you and Chaz met, and I'd like to take a minute to tell your guests a little bit about the story. It was about 1.5 years ago. I belonged to the same gym that both you and Chaz go to, and coincidentally one day I went in there for a workout and Chaz showed up a few minutes later. I saw him in the mirror, I nodded my head at his presence, and I started running on the treadmill. A couple seconds later, you and Chaz walk over to a machine that was within 3 feet of me, and Chaz started showing you how to use the machine. I had my headphones on but I couldn't tell what you guys were saying, but I could tell by the smile on your faces and the gleam in your eyes what was going on. Becky, you're a multi-talented woman, and you're beautiful on the inside out. Chaz, you're beautiful on the inside. Everyone, please raise your glass for a toast. Here's to the groom with the bride so fair, and here's to the bride with a groom so rare. To love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers. Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin with our meal today, we'd like to call on Rebecca's mom, Betsy, for the blessing.